just an hour or so ago, come off a Zoom call with a lady who actually reached out to me on LinkedIn a few days ago and asked if we could have a conversation. And she's in property, and it was quite an interesting experience for me, and by the end of it, it was quite an experience for her, I think, because I gave her a little bit of feedback on how I thought the call had gone. And one of the questions I asked at the end of the call, which was about 50 minutes, was, what have you learned from me from this call? And she had to really scratch her head and think, well, you were born in Leeds and you worked at Lloyds Bank, and I mean, she came up with one or two things, but I then asked her what percentage of this call was you talking and what percentage was me talking. And I know it's a bit of an awkward question, but it really got her thinking about how good her listening skills were. And I reckon probably 85% of that phone call was her promoting herself, telling me about her life, telling me about her properties, really trying to impress me. If I'm honest, I'm not sure why she'd want to impress me, but I got the impression that's what she was trying to do. 85% of the call was her talking about herself. She learnt very, very little about me from me. And in some ways it was probably a waste of her hour's time, and it was probably a waste of my hour's time, but I stuck with it because I just wanted to give her the feedback at the end. But there's a lesson there, isn't there, which is, how bad are we at listening? I don't think we're very good at listening at all. Not in an in-depth way. So a lesson for her, and it made me think, make sure I never fall into that trap of being on a call and not listening and not asking enough questions. You've got to ask questions to get information back. Whenever you're asking questions, you're potentially going to be learning. Whenever you're talking, there's no chance of you learning. So what I've offered for her to have another call, and it's going to be different. And maybe on a future video I'll share what the outcome from that call was, but big lesson there. And I think she felt a bit uncomfortable about it, but it's a call she won't forget.